Hello, I'm Dr. Mahua from Amity School of Economics, Assistant Professor. Today we have got a new topic which we will be starting, that is the game theory. And you know that in oligopoly market there are different approaches which came forward, out of which we have discussed collusive oligopoly. We have in which there are collusions and there are cartels, and out of which the price leadership is also there. But today we are going to start game theory, a totally different approach in which it is understood that how the strategy, with the changes of the strategy of the one, it affects the another and how they react to it, and it is like a game. Why did this one was given by von Neumann and Morgenstern, is the name of the economist who gave this theory or this approach, which is still date it is going on developing a lot, and there's a very good research work is done on it. So in this game theory, it is a situation in which players make strategic decisions that take into account each other's actions and responses. Now this situation in which players, which we are talking about, these are the participants or the firms, the producers, who they will make strategic decision that take into account each other's actions and responses. That is, if the firm 1 and firm 2 is there and they have got two strategic, they advertise or they do not advertise. These are the two strategic decisions, and out of these two strategic decisions, how do each of these decisions, suppose if I advertise, if firm 1 advertise, firm 2 also advertise. If firm 1 advertise, firm 2 not advertise. Firm 2 advertise, firm 1 no advertise. This way we will be having 4 options in which it might happen, and this way we try to find out the best outcome which will happen with the different combinations in this thing. So in this way, the payoff is the terminology which is used in the game theory is that the payoff, that is the value associated with a possible outcome. That is, we give, suppose if A and 2 is playing with an advertisement and without advertisement, taking this two strategy. So what is the possible outcome or which they get with this combination of strategy is placed in the boxes, and that is called the payoff. And the strategy is the rule or plan of action for playing a game. Before going to the game theory in a very detail, it is very essential that we get to know the terminologies. So the game, as we understood, is a situation in which the players take strategic decisions into account each other's actions and responses, and payoff is the outcome, and the strategy is the action which is taken, rule or a plan of action, and then optimal strategy is out of this different combination, this different outcome coming from both of them in different situations will give the best one is called the optimal strategy, the strategy that maximizes a player's expected payoff. If I believe that my competitors are rational and act to maximize their own payoff, how should I take their behavior into account when making my decision? So we have come into now in the decision area. And in this decision stage, the game theory is considered to be the most practical theory or the approach in which you consider your competitors to be rational. I hope you remember when we were talking about the other non-collusive oligopoly Kurno model we were discussing, then we were talking about some other classical models. In this, we accept that the competitors do not learn from the previous experiences and they are not rational, and so that was not accepted. So game theory is the most practical one in which you accept that your competitors are rational. They will always like to maximize their payoff. So considering this assumption, how do you get a best solution in this situation? That is the main subject matter of a game theory. The game theory can be studied under two ways, that is called non-cooperative versus cooperative games. Cooperative game is the one in which participants can negotiate, binding the contracts that allow them to plan joint strategies. So there's a cooperative game is that there is an understanding between the members and they can make a joint strategy. Non-cooperative is just the opposite, in which negotiations of binding contracts are not possible. It is essential to understand your opponent's point of view to deduce his or her likely response for your actions. So in a game theory, without knowing your other's response, you cannot respond. This is the key guideline of game theory. You have to know that with advertisement or without advertisement, what will be the possible outcome of your counterparts, of your rivals. Then only you will be putting your strategy. Because otherwise there will not be a game. Game happens when both parties action reaction you are aware of, or you know it and you take into consideration. To put it in a very simple word, let us present a case. Suppose you have got a textile company W and it wants to acquire the company T. Now you plan to give a cash for this company T's share, but you are unsure what price should I give to T so that I can buy the company T. So the value of company T depends on the outcome of a major R&D project. Suppose let us take it for granted that you are the company W and you want to buy a share from company T, but the issue is this: a T company is investing a good money on R&D and an R&D project, and if this R&D project clicks, you know that its per share will go to, if presently it is 100 rupees, it will be going to 150 or 200 rupees, and if the R&D project fails, it will go to 0 or 0 rupees. So now you are company T's value under, it can be anything. If the project fails, it will go to 0. This offer must be made. Now the point is this: the company T will like to make the offer before the project outcome comes up, because it might go down to 0 also. So that's why now what will be the ideal solution in this situation for W or for the T? This is the case which we will be generally dealing in the game theory. W will not know the result of the project while submitting your price offer, but company T will know the result when deciding whether to accept your offer. Also, company T will accept any offer by company W that is greater than the value of the company under current management. So your thing is that you have to go in between. You do not want your share price to go down to 0 also, and you do not want to lose 150 or 200 rupees per share also. So in this case, which one will be your ideal decision and what will be your best outcome is the subject matter of the game theory. So in this game theory, we play like we play and we think what price per share should you offer for company, or what price the company T, what price of the share the company T should offer to you, so that the company T before R&D does not get a loss of a very high amount, because he doesn't know by the time this project will be working or not working. So this way the game theory with the cooperative and non-cooperative game, we go into the solution, and there are strategies which we put. Suppose with advertisement, without advertisement of the company A, and with advertisement, without advertisement of the company B. So we will be comparing this, and then we will be coming to a dominant strategy. The dominant strategy is the best outcome. That is called the dominant strategy. That one will be the best outcome for both of them. Suppose the W company also got 100 rupees in between. Suppose it did not lose also, it did not gain also. The T company also did not get 200 rupees per share, but he sold it in 150. And so for W company also it was not a loss, that he did not go to 0 also, and it did not go to 200 also. So something which is in between, that is called the dominant strategy. That is good for both the firms in between. It is like this. And just the opposite, it is not necessary that every firm will, or every time you will get a dominant strategy. There might be a situation in which we do not get into dominant strategy. We'll be discussing later how this dominant strategy, and with dominant strategy, without dominant strategy, with proper figures and with a proper example. Thank you.